Oh shit! I hate how that pops up.
Oh, man. Golf ball on a tree.
My picture is so far behind, dude. It's so funny.
Wow.
All right, and we're live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the
good,
Squadcast. I'm gonna see what it
bro.
looks like
So
when I click on my
good.
face. There we go. Except
Look
it
at
brings up that sidebar. What's going on, guys? It's been a while. I personally apologize for that, but I think that someone else needs to apologize for that because
Heather,
Not my fault.
it's not all my
quiet
fault.
down.
Yeah, so we're here with the
I
Squadcast.
just have to give it a look.
It's going to be a little bit different than we normally do it. Usually we have our set topics. We're doing a couple of them, but for the most part we're going to be talking about the new consoles. Mainly the PlayStation 4, just because that is the one that is currently out. And then we'll be talking about some of the things coming for the Xbox One. And
Mainly.
yeah, you guys want to say hello? It's been a while since you guys have been.
It has. It's been about another 3 weeks.
Nope. Don't want to say hello to these people. Nope.
Wow, Billy.
Wow,
that
that's
is
mean.
so rude. Gosh.
That is really
At least
mean.
I looked right in the webcam when I said it. At least, but they can't
Yeah.
tell that because I said it and then I looked into the webcam because I'm so laggy.
Is that a memory space in the chat that I see?
Oh, I should get over to the Twitch page.
Show your
Actually,
face,
I
space.
didn't see.
He's not in the chat. I mean, he says that he's watching, but he's gonna be a creeper.
He's just a creeper. Oh, there he is.
You got to
you
go.
look like the Unabomber.
That's because I got my hood pass.
That's because you have your hood up.
Just because you're wearing a hood doesn't mean you have a hood pass.
Ask space right now if I have a hood pass.
You're not Richie Incognito, all right?
I have a hood pass.
Really? Then say it. Say the word, John.
True.
Say
See,
it.
look, true.
No, please
He
don't
said-
say it.
He said,
This is my
Say
channel.
the
Don't
word,
say the word.
John. Say the
Don't
word.
Say the word.
"Oh, I could say it. I could.
You
I
could,
won't.
but you're not going to.
I
Please
won't.
don't.
Out of respect for foreign Twitch channel, I will not."
I can't even load Twitch right now. It's taking forever.
Good.
Oh man. So what
Anyways.
you guys been doing?
Let's get started off. John, you have your This Week in Reddit.
This week on Reddit, let's just get right into it. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Number 2 post this week on Reddit was the author of the Patriot Act went to the European Parliament to admit that the United States Congress failed and that the NSA is out of control. So the guy who wrote the Patriot Act admitted to Europe that the United States sucks, basically. And I'm going to post the link to this article in the chat because I think it's funny. Boom.
Boom.
So that's just something that's just funny. That, the NSA, obviously, we know that it's out of control, but for the government to admit that it's out of control, it's a little funny.
I don't know my password for the chat.
Nobody needs you in the chat. You're on the show.
Yeah, you're on the show. You can just speak.
The second thing would be a really funny cat picture that I found. That's going to be that one right there. It's a cat hiding from a dog. And if you can click on that link, please do for a good hearty laugh.
Is there sound to it?
No, it's just
I
a
didn't
picture.
think there would be.
It's just a picture. And it's really funny.
Oh, I can actually click on things now.
Yay! And then the last thing that I have, where did it go, is that this week Google, the company Google, invested $80 million to open 6 solar energy plants.
That's reputable.
That's nice of them.
It is.
And just a little
I-
side note on the little Google thing. Did you know that Google as a company loses around $23,000 every second that YouTube is down for maintenance?
Think how much money they lose because of ad block.
Wait, how much did they lose?
So around $23,000 in potential revenue?
Wow.
Every minute, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's every minute or every second. I don't remember.
It's probably every minute.
Yeah,
That's so much money.
it really is.
That is.
Like I wish I was fortunate to be in the situation where I could possibly lose $23,000 a minute. Like I don't. That'll never happen to me. And it still barely makes a dent. Like it doesn't even scratch the surface on what they probably make. $23,000 a minute. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That's a lot of money.
It's
Yes.
a ton of money. So that's a little fun fact. And the reason that they go together is the fact that they invested $80 million in some solar panel energy plants or whatever, and that they can lose that kind of money, like $23,000 a minute. Like,
So basically, what you're saying is everybody that was complaining that YouTube was down for however many few minutes today, that they should stop complaining because YouTube is losing $23,000.
and they don't really care though.
But you did
You
say
can't watch a
per
video.
minute, right?
I said per second at first, but it doesn't sound right.
Is
Yeah,
it
per second would be a lot, because I was gonna say
Yeah.
that means that they're losing almost a yearly wage for like an average person, for a minimum wage person.
per
working
minute
an
or
entire
per
year.
second? If they lost $23,000 per second, they're definitely losing a lot more than someone's average wage in a minute.
I was looking it up to see if I could find
Well,
it.
no, I was saying like in a second they would lose almost in a second.
It's
You would
it's
lose-
got to be a minute.
Well, I'm just saying you said
Yeah.
a second before, but
I
I'm just
did.
saying-
Yeah.
Either way, in a second you would lose almost a person's entire yearly wage.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, and that's not for the richest people in the world. That's in the richest companies. That's nothing. $23,000 a second. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's true. Tis true. Tis true.
So that's it. If you want to see something, no, I won't even post that because I shouldn't do that.
Nice.
Is it not safe for web?
Yes, it's not safe for
Can you
life.
post it anyways?
It's not safe for life.
Okay.
You guys want to see something not safe for life?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Post it.
All right, hang on.
Please tell me it's a Reddit 50-50.
No, it's not a Reddit 50-50. It's
Because it could be
just a straight.
anything.
It's just a straight. It's a straight GIF. It's a straight GIF file.
Is there audio?
There's no audio.
I just
Alright,
need to
here
make
we
sure
go.
that
It's
it
going-
doesn't play audio. Just
It's
'cause-
going into the chat. I don't say I didn't warn you.
This is what. So I'm looking at the chat, right? And Project posted. He said if Bill Gates drops $400, it isn't worth his time to pick it up.
Pick it up, right?
But it totally is worth his time to pick it
It's
up.
not.
Like if you dropped 10 cents and you made $10 an hour, you would like what? Is it not worth your time to pick up that 10 cents? You're still 10 cents worse
No,
off
no,
anywhere
because-
if you didn't pick it up.
No, because you are losing more money in that time period that you spent to pick it up.
The thing
Did he
is, Bill-
seriously just go in there and do that?
Yeah, he did.
Bill Gates isn't losing any money if he doesn't pick it up. Like
He is.
he's still making however much money. Whether he makes that much money when he's asleep. Like he could bend over and pick up the money, and he still has that $400 and still made however much money he would have.
But he lost money though because he wasted time picking it up, and he could have
didn't
made a
waste
sales
any
call
time.
and made $3 billion.
And you mean to tell me you can't talk on the phone and pick up 400? Dude, I can tell you this: if I was on the phone and I saw $400 on the ground, you better be goddamn sure that I'm picking up that $400. All right, I would drop
Probably.
my fucking phone to pick that shit up.
Probably.
It's in an otter box; it would be fine. So.
A space like that, Jeff. Billy, did you watch it yet?
That GIF though.
Uh
Wow.
huh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely not safe for life.
Not safe for life.
Oh man. So actually, I do actually have a would you rather, and it kind of has to do with the whole YouTube thing. I thought about this before because I'm signed up on a number of like creative sites where I got like a fucking hair in my mouth.
Did he just go in there and stab a bunch of people?
Dude, he went
What's
in,
happening?
slit a throat, and then just started stabbing the dude behind the counter. Started stabbing the other guy, and then got shot and killed. That really happened.
Yeah. It's bang bang.
Bang bang. What was I gonna say? All right, so the would you rather. So it kind of has to do with YouTube. Me, creative sites, blah blah blah. I have to pay monthly fees and stuff like that. Things like Creative Cloud or Vimeo. You know, things that are premium services. So would you guys, or no, it would be what would you do?
What
That's
would
what it
you
is.
do?
What would you do if YouTube was an actual pay-to-use service? So, for instance, just to kind of set the playing field, you would have to pay $5 a month or whatever to post on YouTube, but we'll say that you actually get a boosted CPM. Or you basically would have just a free account. All you can do is post comments. Basically, the typical user. Watch videos, post comments, hit like. Would you guys, current creators, would you guys pay the monthly fee to have a boosted CPM and to post content?
I mean, as of right now, if it cost me $5 a month, I would still be making a profit even if they didn't boost my CPM.
Yeah, as long as the cost to do it was considerably less than what I was making.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it if they took like I mean, they already do take like I probably pay more than $5 to YouTube out of my ad revenue as is to monetize my channel. So essentially, it's already a paid service. They take a decent chunk as is, but. Yeah, I mean, I would still use it. Like, if there was a fee on top, especially if they put the $5 fee on and then didn't take their cut out of the ad revenue, I would definitely.
Definitely, yeah, for sure.
No, I'm saying let's pretend like it's exactly how it is now, except you're now also paying $5 to actually have to do this.
Yeah, I would still do it because I would still make a profit.
You know why I would do it even? Because I would be one of the lesser percentage of people to do it. Because 50-70% of the people that already make content wouldn't make content.
Yep.
And then you are then in a minority instead of saturated by a majority. Yeah, no matter what kind of videos you're making either, it's just always it's always going to be weeded down if you have to pay to do it.
But I must also say this, that if I was paying to be able to post videos on their site, I would expect much better communication on their end to let people know what things are being changed and what things they're fixing at what times.
Well, isn't that their excuse right now for the way it is? I mean, it's a free site, it's a free service. And you can make money off of it. So it's basically a win-win for you, not them, and for them to have to maintain it and change it. They get to do what they want. It's their site. You're not paying to use it.
Yeah. So. I bring this up because recently I got an email about trying to re-up on Vimeo, which is basically a premium video service where a lot of people will post creative videos as opposed to just funny, stupid videos, I guess you could say.
Short film, stuff like that.
And, I mean, the quality over there is spectacular. Pretty much everything that gets uploaded is 1080. Like, very few people actually upload low-res. On top of that, excellent support. They tell you exactly what they're doing, when they're doing it. I mean, a service like that makes me wish that YouTube had taken a page out of their book, you know, and went in that direction.
Yeah, but YouTube, clearly you can tell that YouTube is a much more successful site than Vimeo because of the fact that it's so open and easy to use. Like, if YouTube from the get-go had charged people money to post videos, YouTube probably wouldn't be the premier video site today. There would be something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, people prefer free-to-use services. I mean, that's pretty obvious.
But yeah, I mean, like, if there would be far less people getting into YouTube to create content if they charged money. So I mean, I don't know. I would pay for it. I think it's kind
of. Just as a side note, before we move on, that tweet that I said about earlier, it definitely is per second. YouTube loses $23,000 per second that it's, or Google does, per second that YouTube is down.
That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, per freaking second.
That's crazy.
How much money is that if it was down for a whole day, John? Do the math in your head now. Quick, go.
Go. That's freaking 24,000, 60 seconds. That's 100. What would that be? 181.8 million? Or no?
No, I think it's gotta be more than that.
Yeah.
No, it's 1.8 million dollars a minute. Or no? 108. No, that's
it'd be 60 seconds. It'd only be 120,000.
60 seconds.
60 seconds. No, it'd be it'd be 1.2 million a minute.
Right. And then freaking 60 million an hour.
60 million an hour times that by 24.
240 billion.
What's this tweet?
No, it wouldn't be billion.
Oh,
or would it?
Yeah, 240 billion. That's the one tweet, but it was tweeted out by the World Facts.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
Mr.
trust.
James
I don't
Cook.
trust any of those facts that I see on those things. Not a single one.
But anyway, that's $240 billion a day.
Wowzers. That's nutso.
Yeah, that's redonkulous.
I wish I made that much just in general.
Yeah.
If I made that much money in a day, I would only work for a day.
I would work for a second.
I would work.
You
for,
would only make 23 grand if you only work
he
for a
said if you
second.
made that in a day.
Yeah, no, I would just work for a second. I'd be like, all right, I work a second a day.
Well, I mean,
why would you work anymore? I mean,
you have to work the whole 24 hours for the day.
nah, I just work a second.
My screens keep blinking.
YouTube works 24 hours a day. Well, sometimes it works 24 hours a day. Also, another reason I don't trust
Boom,
that tweet
roasted.
is it depends at what time of the day YouTube goes down. Because I'm certain they have higher traffic during certain times of the day than other times of the day.
Maybe not.
No, definitely.
Also there. Yeah, I mean 5 o'clock here. That's probably one of the busiest times.
What time do ad block users go to sleep? Because they'd make way more money then.
They never do.
I know.
They never sleep.
Anyway, what are we talking about now? What's the
Well,
next
we
topic?
are waiting for Billy's fact of the week.
Yeah,
We're waiting for that?
we are patiently waiting.
That is the next step.
All right. Let me preface this by saying that this could change the lives of tons and tons of people if it ever works for human beings, right? But there's this doctor, maybe a scientist. I don't know if he's a doctor. His name is Gregory Courtine. I don't know. It starts with a G. It looks like Gregory Courtine.
Just call him G-Man.
He's a scientist over in Switzerland. He's working with a cross-discipline group of scientists on fixing spinal cord injuries, mainly for paraplegics and quadriplegics and what have you. And a recent thing that's happened to them is they take these this neurochemical and they inject it into, in this case, rats that they had paralyzed themselves because they're cruel human beings. But they inject it into their spinal cord and they put electrodes down their spine. And this causes involuntary movements that can't be controlled by the brain of the rat. Like, you pick it up and you move it along, its legs will move, right? But after time of doing this and making a rig that allowed the rat to control where it went, like their spinal cords had started to heal and form new neural pathways down the spinal cord, allowing the rats to control their paralyzed limbs.
Wow.
So this isn't like a prosthetic that allows you to move your legs with a computer or something of those sorts. It's a computer that allows your spinal cord to possibly heal
Rebuild
itself.
Wow. That's insane.
And granted, it's not going to be 100%. It's not going to be as good as it was, at least not from what they've seen so far. But in the future, who knows where that could go? And it's not just the spinal cord that was fixed, but new pathways were formed, and the brain created new pathways into the spine to account for those things. It's the brain actually healing something because it knows it can still use those things because it's been doing it, which is absolutely insane. That sometimes they've been working on this for 10 years, but 20, 30 years from now, let's say, who knows where this technology could be, and the sort of how this technology could take someone who was in a terrible car accident, who can't use their arms or legs, and can give them a whole new life in who knows, maybe a year, 2 years worth of rehab, is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I feel like when that comes to human studies, that it could just be really successful in general. People that are already paralyzed from the legs down, or possibly have some sort of damage from a stroke or something where something's become paralyzed, I don't see why somebody wouldn't want to take that step to even try it, seeing as how it's not like you're going to damage it any more than it already is.
I mean, potentially.
Potentially. I mean, we don't know the possible repercussions that it could that you could have by doing this, but I mean, for somebody that maybe has been in a wheelchair all their life, it could mean the world to them, you know?
What?
It could give them a whole new life.
I'm not sure how current the injury has to be, because obviously if someone was just born paralyzed, let's say.
Well, normally,
there was some brain,
normally that
deformity.
happens
No, it
because of a
doesn't
stroke
count.
or something.
Yeah, but this is specifically for spinal cord injuries, like if you were hit by a car.
What if
And
you
you
were
were
like
like-
shot, like
I
Joe
was
Swanson?
in there.
Like if you were shot, then it would theoretically work. Like, I mean, and don't get me wrong, it's working on rats, and I'm not sure how well it's working on rats, but the fact that it's working at all is just absolutely incredible.
Well, rats do have a very similar brain pattern to ours, so it's possible, and neural pattern to ours, so it's very possible it could work.
Yeah.
Now they just need to test it on chimps.
Oh, there's already people who are definitely interested in, they're like, I 100% am willing to try anything to be
Right.
able to watch.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I would definitely do it if I was paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it a shot.
Why not?
But who knows? We'll see.
That was an awesome fact.
Thank you.
You complained earlier about not wanting to find a fact, and you found a really awesome one.
I never want to find facts, man. It's just, it happened that this one was really easy to find. Like, seriously, I was like, fine. I was going to tell you. I was going to say, I'm going to look for a fact for 45 minutes. Because when I look for facts, I usually look for about 2 hours to find a decent fact. But this time around, it was like one of the first ones I saw. I was like, that sounds interesting, and I watched it. It only takes 2 hours because I'm looking at things. I'm like, this won't make a good fact of the week, but it sounds interesting, and then I'll watch a 20-minute video.
So you'll still watch it and just waste that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, so that's why it takes so long. It's not like it's really hard to find one. It's just that I learned so much amidst finding these facts that I just get stuck in that mode and then don't find one that's a good fact. And it gets kind of frustrating sometimes when you can't find one.
Fair enough. I know how that goes sometimes. When I used to look for articles to talk about in our show, like when we first started off, it was just like I'd be looking and I'd like read an entire article. I'd be like, nah, next. You go through like 10 articles that are all on like CNN. And you're like, Jesus Christ! Like I don't even know what the fuck these mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a dumbass.
Wow.
You're like, what are words?
I hate how.
I started learning Spanish today.
Did you download Rosetta Stone?
No, I'm using a website called Duolingo, and I might have mentioned this before, like during the first Billy's Fact of the Week, because it's made by the same people who did the reCAPTCHA thing. But you go on there and it's a free service, and you can learn Spanish from it. And they use that to translate Spanish text and like on the internet into English text.
So you're just learning how to say selective words.
No. It's legit. Like you go through and there's like a course plan for it, and you have to. Essentially, it teaches you the same like 5 words or so at one time and like different combinations of them, and you have to translate them from English to Spanish or Spanish to English and back and forth. Listen to them, read them in text, see pictures. You go through and you work your way down like a flow chart of just different skills in that language. I'm on basics. I failed one of the courses and I got mad and rage quit. That's some bullshit. I failed. Like I was like, I can get one more wrong or else I fail. I was 2 from the end, and I put a typo in the answer, and I failed. I was like, fuck this. I just closed it and left. It was fun.
What did I just watch?
That was a 737 crashing.
Wow.
You should look at the YouTube video above that. There's audio.
Is that in the Twitch chat?
Yeah.
I can't.
Billy will like it.
I'll look at it later.
Oh man. So do we have any what would you do, or is that question of what would you do?
That question before was the what would you do?
Okay. I would do it.
Just
So
wouldn't
I
myself
think we should have a
He's like, are we doing
more-
a what would you? I would do it.
yeah, I would do
Yeah.
it. We should do a more serious, not a serious, a less serious. What would you do?
Okay, let's hear it.
I don't know. I don't have one.
Oh,
I just
okay,
think we
well-
should do it.
Well, then it's not very fun now. I don't even know less serious. What would you do? Would you rather spread maple syrup on your nuts or powdered sugar?
It depends on what's happening afterwards.
Why can't I do both? Why the fuck is there a dildo on this thing?
What?
The music playing is the best part.
I don't know what's going on.
It's fine. It's the video that I put in there.
Yeah, it's a luggage carousel at an airport. There's just a big black dildo on it, just going around.
Going around the
Just like
conveyor
music in the
belt.
background.
No one wants to grab it. Like,
Yeah, but no one wants to claim it.
No, you know what would be really funny
Person
is
to
if
pick up their
you
dildo.
like you worked for an airport and you actually went in the back, like you were part of the people that brought those on, and you just strapped dildos to all of them, so nobody wanted to pick up their luggage.
But wait, guys, that's not my bag. I mean, that's my bag, but that's not my bag.
I'm not touching that thing. Oh, that would be so funny.
But seriously, what about this maple syrup?
You're terrible. You're terrible. Anyway, so let's talk about the consoles. So,
No, we need a what would you do, man? A good one.
I already did one.
That doesn't count.
All right, well then
All
think
right.
of one right now, Billy. Go.
I just saw that GIF image, right, of the plane crashing. Let's say you were on a commercial airline and it's about to crash, and there's one parachute there and you can put it on. You can jump out into the middle of the ocean and be almost guaranteed to be eaten by sharks or ride the plane down to your fiery doom. What would you do?
Okay, this is a terrible question to ask me.
I know.
And I feel like you did it on purpose.
Would you
I feel
rather
like-
die or die?
I feel like this was a setup, Billy.
No,
And-
no. I mean, you do have a chance of living though if you parachute down, but they're sharks.
Okay, listen to me.
Or you're guaranteed to die from the crash.
Listen
if you
to me.
live through the crash, you get eaten by sharks. So why does it matter?
Listen to me very carefully. I will not
Yeah.
will not ever.
Depends on
I shall not, will not on a boat. I shall not, cannot with a goat. I will not be eaten by a shark in my life. That is one way that I will not officially 100% die. And so, if I'm in that situation, I take option C and I grab the air marshal's pistol, insert it here, and take the easy way out.
You can't just know who the air marshal is. They wear civilian clothing.
Actually,
know who
you
it
would,
is.
You would probably have the easier way would just be to stay on the plane.
Yeah.
Nah, because I don't want to experience the blunt force trauma.
It would be like that. It'd be instant.
I'd rather just go for the gun.
Maybe it would be instant.
I would do the parachute. You did say that there is a possibility of surviving. One thing with sharks, they don't attack unless you are actually bleeding, for the most part. They also don't
Shit.
attack if you're not panicking. So I figure as long as you stay safe. Also with the big parachute, they don't attack things that are larger than them normally. So having that large surface area. No, I'm serious.
What you
It's
know
true.
about sharks?
I watched Shark Week, bitch. You're the one that's scared of them.
No, that is false. That entire statement is false.
No, it isn't.
I am not scared of sharks. Not at all. I'm
Okay,
not
well
scared
that
of them.
statement may have been false.
I will not be eaten by a shark. I respect
because
sharks.
you were afraid
No,
of sharks.
I respect them.
You were
I know,
still afraid of. If you
No.
were in a tank with a shark, you would be afraid.
I would be afraid of being eaten. I'm not afraid of the shark. The shark is just higher on the food chain. There's a difference.
The shark's not higher on the food chain.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. In the water, down in that ocean, he's higher in the food chain than you are.
What if I offered you YouTube in a day type money to swim with the shark for an hour?
Wait. Oh, like, we talking like millions?
Like they're $2 billion or whatever they make in a day.
Yeah, it was like
Fuck.
Do I have a possibility of getting eaten?
Yeah, you're in
Yeah,
a
I
tank.
mean you're in a tank with a shark.
Then no. What did
That's
I just
so
say?
dumb.
What did I just say? I just said
$2 billion.
Yeah, I would
just
take
said,
it. I would
I
take
will
it in a
not-
heartbeat.
I will not be eaten by a shark.
I would take
I
the $2 billion in a
refuse.
heartbeat.
Wait.
Because
If
you're
you
in-
were about to be eaten, could you get out and then just not get the money? Or do you have to stay in? Like,
You'd have to be in the tank for an
No,
hour.
no. Listen. Say you're in the tank, right? And your hour's passing, and it's getting close to the hour's end, but then the shark, like, turns, and he looks like he's going to try to eat you. You know, he's getting real angsty. You jump out of the tank, and you're like, I'm out. I'm done. I don't want the money. I lived. Could you do that?
It doesn't count. If the shark bit you and you got out, then yeah, you could have the money.
No. I don't want the money. I just want to be able to get out of the tank.
Oh well, yeah, you can get in the tank whenever you fucking
Well, then why
want.
would you get in the tank to begin with if you don't want the
Because
money?
maybe I could last the hour. But if I was about to be eaten, I'm out.
You could just bring like a big bucket full of like meat and just like throw in piece by piece for an hour, so that it keeps the shark occupied, like eating steaks.
No.
That'd be
I will
wonderful.
not be eaten by a shark.
See,
So
if
no, I would die in the plane.
If I were on an airplane that was crashing and I had the option to hop in a parachute, I would take the parachute option, and I would parachute as far away from the plane as I possibly could with a flare gun, because I just keep one on me when I'm on an airplane.
Yeah,
That's
got
legit.
it.
So that way, all the sharks in the area are preoccupied with all the dead bodies at the airplane site, and I can just stay out there with my flare gun and wait for the rescue people to come.
Well, also, if you have a parachute, you could actually get away from the site pretty easily.
Yeah, I also think that there's like a tracking thing on those parachutes too.
No.
Then again,
false.
on commercial planes, they don't have parachutes.
See how fast you die.
Yeah, you would just have to jump with one of those lifeboats or something.
There's no life. Well, I guess there are lifeboats on a plane,
there are
but
lifeboats.
you're not gonna be all right. Time to take this lifeboat past all the people screaming. You're like, oh,
The past two
jump
video
out.
games that I've bought and owned, I've been eaten by a shark in them, and it really is. It's traumatizing, if we're gonna be honest.
I think I'm gonna make a video game called Sharks Eat Stark. That's what I'm gonna make. And it's just gonna be sharks eating Stark. You can play it for free, John.
Sharks eat Stark on Shark Week.
Shark Week. Anyway, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind dying
On to
fast,
video
that's
games.
actually
So,
quiet.
the
Consoles.
PlayStation...
Is
Don't
there
interrupt
noise?
me.
What are you?
Go ahead, start again so I can interrupt you. Consoles? So wait, no, what are we talking about?
We're talking about...
PC Master Race.
Yes, we're going to talk about the PC Master Race.
Oh my god, my eye.
No, we are going to talk about consoles and the games to go along with them eventually. So,
I don't
last week Friday, PlayStation 4 released. What were your guys' initial thoughts on the actual release itself? Success,
Oh, I wish I could have one. Was my
success
initial
or
thought.
failure?
Ha! Gay!
Well, the release of the PlayStation 4 beforehand, a lot of the units that were sent out ahead of time, a lot of them had an issue with their HDMI port where they weren't working. I'm not sure how much that affects ones
I never-
post-release, like the legit ones, but I don't know if it I don't know how that's working. But they said 0.4% of consoles should be affected by it, which is it's a lot in the long run, but realistically, it's not that many consumers, that are being affected.
I heard that it was 4%.
Sony said 0.4, but it's cool.
I mean, I'm sure that they added that decimal point on purpose.
Yeah, and the zero in front of it. Everyone
They
knows
put
it was
the- they put
actually
the decimal
94.
They put the decimal point there so that everyone on Twitter could see it, except for the people, not just the people they follow. It's a little Twitter humor.
Yeah.
You can, but just so you know, for on Twitter, putting a period in front of it doesn't allow everybody to see it. Putting anything in front of it does.
Yeah, I know. It was a joke.
And their 0.4 was further down the tweet. So your joke,
Gay!
null
Got
and
it.
void. It is a moot point, my friend.
Still don't care.
I don't know. It's like I want the console not as much as I want an Xbox. That's why I'm waiting. But yeah, I mean, dude, they sold over 1 million units in the first 24 hours, which is huge. It's insane.
In the first half day.
Which is part of the first 24 hours.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying in the first 24 hours they sold 1 million. They sold 1 million. No, in 12 hours they sold 1 million. That's even better. That's faster.
Still gay.
But they compared the only thing that they can actually compare it to as far as selling that fast is the most recent iPhone, which sold 8 million in the first week. But they won't know those numbers until later on in the week, how many were actually sold. Overall, I think that it was a big success, except for the problems that some companies had experienced, like IGN and Kotaku. And then some consumers have also experiencing, and personally, I think that it's terrible business practice of Sony to basically say, "Sorry, you're not getting a new console until February."
Yeah, that's brutal.
Where did they say that at? I didn't see that anywhere.
I read this all on IGN.
Spawning out front of
Because from what I've seen, people that were having issues with them, they contacted them and they sent them a box to send it back to them for a gut swap.
Now, in the article from IGN, it stated 4 different problems that are making the consoles brick. I can try and bring it up, but basically, there's 4 different things that are making the consoles brick, and only one of the issues actually said that was the solution. I lost my mouse. I hate how my mouse just like moves all over the place.
That sucks. not being able to replace it until February. Like, what are they doing? You know for sure they're gonna
I know.
make more between then and now. Like, make one, take it off the line, and mail it to somebody.
Well,
Jesus
I think that the big thing is that
Oh, the tree's
because they're sold out so far in advance, like I really hope that the people that have the brick consoles are getting their consoles fixed before the next wave of people even get their consoles.
Oh yeah, they should definitely take precedence over anybody else. They
Yeah,
already
definitely.
they're customers. They've already purchased theirs.
Yep.
They should get theirs first.
Probably.
Well, you're looking for that. Speaking of that, should I get the extended warranty on my Xbox One when I buy it? Do you think?
Is it ever worth it?
It was worth it with my TV. There's that.
Okay.
But what I'm thinking is that, let's say I get my Xbox, right, and I don't get the extended warranty, and it's fucked up out of the box and doesn't work. Then I got to send it to Microsoft, and they have to send me back a gut swapped one. As opposed to if I got the warranty and it didn't work, I could bring it right back to Best Buy, and if they have one, they'll just replace it. Is that worth however much, $20 or whatever it's going to be? It'll probably be more than that for the warranty.
Probably. I don't know.
coming in the front of you.
It's like gambling. I hate the warranties. It's like gambling.
The person just disappeared.
Yeah.
Warren, you sure you didn't see that on Geek? Someone posted in the chat that you posted an article from Geek about this on Twitter.
Ah, that is it. Thank you, T-Cubes. I was actually searching for that. You are correct. It was Geek.
Yeah.
Too long, didn't read.
TLDR.
Anyways, well, there's a number of issues, and only one of them actually stated inside of it that they could be able to send you a box. All the other ones are saying that it's going to take up until February. And it's actually GameStop and Best Buy that are saying until February. And Amazon said that you can get it replaced in January. So the people that got it on Amazon, I guess there's hope that you guys may get it before New Year's, but I doubt it.
So the waiting till February thing isn't a manufacturer replacement. That's a retailer replacement.
Yeah, it's a retailer replacement because I don't think that Sony's offering the fix for all these other things yet.
Unbelievable.
Now I really don't know if I should get the warranty because I'll have to wait until February anyway if it breaks. I don't know what to do.
That's Sony. I mean, that's different. It's not an Xbox. Now the Xbox 360 was
Got one over here.
I wouldn't say plagued with problems, but obviously the Red Ring of Death was a pretty serious issue that they had.
Where was he?
And I feel like Xbox One is going to do a lot more quality control than they did with the 360 because obviously they don't want that error to happen again. And they don't want any error to happen again, especially because I feel like the Red Ring actually hurt them in the long run, as far as the console race between Sony and Microsoft. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to sound like an Xbox fanboy, but the PlayStation just doesn't interest me.
Well, I'm going to take a stab that the PlayStation doesn't interest you because you don't have friends that have a PlayStation.
No, that's not really it. I had PlayStation 2, had that. I actually think I still have one. And I liked the controller because I didn't like the original Xbox controller.
Okay.
And then once the 360 came out, and the controller for that, and the games that were on that, obviously Halo being my probably favorite gaming franchise of all time, that being on the Xbox and the Xbox 360, that kind of like switched me over. And then on top of that, having the ease of friends access and the ability to play with friends so easily, the party system and all that on Xbox, it just seemed like it was a professional environment, whereas the PlayStation Network has never seemed professional to me. It's never seemed like it's something that should be on a $400, $500 console.
You know, for me, like, I was watching a lot of videos after the PlayStation came out, and my interest in it kind of died down a little bit because their user interface is still so fucking shitty. Like,
Yeah. That's what I mean.
The Xbox like menu, you're like, oh, it's colorful, big pictures. I know it's a hit, right? It's just like you turn it on, the first thing you see is play game. You just fucking hit A and you go, right? And on the PlayStation, you're like, all right, to launch program. You're like typing it in and shit. Like it's it's
I don't know.
such
I
a
just feel
fucking
like
crazy menu.
I feel like that the Xbox really and Microsoft really captures the entertainment center that it's supposed to be. Like that, the Xbox One is supposed to be your home's entertainment center. It's supposed to be your TV and your sports and your news and your internet, gaming, all in one place, and they present it that way. Whereas the PlayStation and Sony they've always come across like, oh, we're about games and we're about this, and it's just it's cold, if that makes any sense.
Okay. That's fair enough. Would you actually switch over though if, let's say, all of the people that you play with switched over?
The only way that I would switch to PlayStation would be is if the games that I played were on PlayStation.
You play Call of Duty, so
Yeah. No, I'm talking Halo. I'm talking Call of Duty, of course, and that's on there. Battlefield, I guess you could play on there. But in all reality, like the console itself, it doesn't. I don't know. I don't really think that one thing outweighs another as far as like it only being the friends part, it only being the games. It's a combination of all of those things. It's the combination of the games that I want to play, exclusive, like for instance Halo. Like I could not give up Xbox because of Halo. Like that's just one thing. If they were like, oh well, it's on PlayStation now, and all my friends were like, well, we're on PlayStation now, then all of those things start adding up, and then it's like, oh yeah, then we could go to PlayStation. But one thing standalone doesn't matter.
Space, LOL at Killzone. I love it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Titanfall, sure.
don't get me wrong. I do want to get a PlayStation because a lot of their exclusives look really fucking good, right? Like not the launch exclusives, but I'm saying Sony's exclusives overall, like in the long run, they've got some amazing exclusives. Things you can't get on the Xbox. The Xbox definitely, at least in this generation, is more targeted towards we have a better multiplayer experience and better multiplayer games,
That's the big thing, is multiplayer.
Yeah, but it didn't matter on PlayStation when they had single-player exclusives because their online wasn't very good. So more people were playing only single-player games anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get one. I would like to have one. It wouldn't be my main gaming console. I probably wouldn't get, maybe like Call of Duty. I would get for it too or something. I don't know. But for the most part, just exclusives. Like
I know for a fact that the people that play PlayStation for the most part aren't playing it for the multiplayer, and they play it for single player games, and it's their console to play,
Uncharted,
their long story mode games, and the ones that look fantastic, and that's fine, and that's all well and good. But I know for a fact that like YouTubers, Call of Duty YouTubers that post PlayStation gameplay, like if you've watched their gameplay, those kids that they play against literally do not have thumbs. They're worse than playing against recruit bots. Like you watch an Xbox YouTuber's gameplay, and he'll get a nice long gun streak, chem strike, or whatever, and he'll be near death the entire video. Like he'll just be on the verge of dying from that one bullet. And then you watch somebody that posts PlayStation content, and literally it just looks like the guys are like they have to use two hands on each joystick to move. You know what I mean? Like, and they have the people that they're playing against have no skill or knowledge of a multiplayer shooter game whatsoever, and they never even get shot at, and their screen never goes red, and it's like, well, duh, you just got 108 kills in a game of domination that the other team wasn't even shooting at you.
Yeah, I've played a little bit of Call of Duty on PS3 back in the Black Ops 1 days. A friend of mine had it. I go over to play at his place all the time. And I can tell you for sure that when I would go to his house and I'd play wager matches, high roller wager matches, and I would win 10, 20 in a row, right?
Mm-hmm.
No problem. Like, I was pulling out, like, my first YouTube, Call of Duty clip ever was on his channel. It was a 360 Tomahawk. I did that in playing fucking high roller sticks and stones. I was that far ahead that I didn't care. Even in sticks and stones, I would do 360 Tomahawks. On Black Ops 1 on the Xbox, you go into a high roller, you're playing against some fucking high rollers, dude. Like, it was always a struggle to win those games. But I don't know if that's the case anymore. When I haven't played in a long time, and I don't want to say that everybody who plays on PlayStation is bad.
No, because clearly there's YouTubers that play that know how to play. I realize that there's plenty of YouTubers and gamers that play on PlayStation that are fantastic gamers. I'm not saying that. But if you look at the majority of people, the people that are playing a free service, a free multiplayer service, well, it's probably not free anymore, right? PS4 is not free multiplayer.
Yep.
Is that true? Right. But either way, so PlayStation, just in general, PlayStation 3, it was a free service. The majority of people playing that aren't going to be serious gamers, like serious multiplayer gamers. They're just playing the game. They're having fun. They have a bunch of friends over, everyone's sitting around, and they're taking turns playing, and it is what it is. A person that they pays for a service, a yearly service. My friend comes over to my house, like Tyler. Tyler comes over to my house. He signs into his own profile on my Xbox if he wants to play. He doesn't use my profile. He's not touching my classes and my guns and that's not happening. Well, I mean that's fine, but if it was you, if it was Billy, it doesn't matter. They're not using my profile because that's mine. I pay for that. That's just the way it is.
Technically, you pay a lot less than normal for it because of Tyler.
Sure. But either way, he's still using his own.
Not anymore, though. Actually, you guys have to pay for all your own now.
Yeah, it's stupid. Well, we still have. The good thing is that it renewed for us right before that ended.
So we all have.
Yeah, we all have the next year. So
that's always nice. And then with the actual new consoles, you do actually get a discount on your first year of Xbox Live.
There we go.
So when you do finally get it, that'll be a nice little bonus.
Yeah, we'll get it. I mean, I would be willing to bet that we would be able to get it before our year's up.
Everything just blends in together.
What?
You guys are
there
probably
any games that you're seeing that are exclusive to the PlayStation that you're like, oh man, that is a game I would have to have? Any games like that you've seen?
Oh, I need to see a list. I saw a list
Can
before.
somebody, if anybody wants to in the chat, can you guys post an actual list to the games for PlayStation that are exclusive? I'll actually post one that's the Xbox games.
Space. I haven't heard of this Nope game you're talking about, but I guess it'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, if you think it'd be cool, it must be all right.
I don't think I would either way for an exclusive PlayStation. But again, that's just me. I just don't like freaking. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is.
For one, I'm personally I was really jealous, the fact that Sony players they're getting their new console and I wish that I could afford to just spend whatever I want and just have everything that I want. Everyone does. I don't think that I would get as much play out of it.
No.
Not that I'm not a Microsoft fanboy or anything like that because I just enjoy gaming, whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know. Jealousy has sunken in.
Hey, it's not too much longer, right? We got what, 4 days? 4?
Yeah, a few days, man.
Yeah, only a couple more days. So, Memory, it's funny that you actually just said that Killzone doesn't interest you, Uncharted didn't interest you, and Infamous looks really bad. Infamous looks awesome. It looks so awesome that I didn't realize it was a PlayStation exclusive. I went to GameStop on its release, attempting to buy it for the 360. Yep.
Dumb.
That happened. And then I think I ended up getting something else that was really good that I enjoyed.
Yeah. Like I said, I need to see a PlayStation list, but I really don't think there's anything.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, Uncharted's awesome. My dad plays it every once in a while, and
there we go.
But onto the Xbox side of things.
Oh, that's
fucking Titanfall, dude.
Oh, okay. This is
Titanfall.
Yeah, Titanfall's gonna be fantastic. That's
like
one big thing. I mean, Halo 5 is gonna be good on the Xbox One. I don't care what anyone says. I love Halo 4. Halo 4 story mode was fantastic. And I even like the multiplayer, and I liked it a lot better than Halo Reach.
Holy shit! Did anybody notice that in the Xbox One Next Gen exclusive titles, Zoo Tycoon is one of them?
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know if it was an actual exclusive because it's on the Xbox website. I didn't know if it was actually an exclusive.
It's cool. The Planet Side's coming out to PS4. I have that on PC.
Now I'm kind of confused by this list. So PlayStation 4 Next Gen console exclusive. Does this mean I don't understand why there's that list?
Diablo? I thought Diablo was on.
It's on both of them.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
it's on
really confused
360.
because I'm seeing Final Fantasy on there.
Cleared that out and the dog got me.
Planet Side, I'm assuming is going to go to both. I don't know. I don't really know the other ones.
Yeah, I don't see none of those out of every single one of those. None of those interest me.
DC Universe, I guess, would be pretty cool.
I know that Diablo was on Xbox. It's already been released, so that doesn't make any sense. And other than that, I mean,
I did hear
Planet
that
Side.
Blacklight Retribution is supposed to be pretty good, though. It looks.
Oh yeah,
From what I've seen, it looks
yeah,
pretty
that
awesome
did look all
on
right.
PC.
But I think what this means, like the PS4 next-gen console, I think that means that those games, if you want to play them on a next-gen console, are only on the PS4.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, there's the only on PS4. There's 10 games. Infamous, Killzone. They don't have anything. Like, if any Sony person comes to the argument and says, well, they have better exclusives, they're full of it. Like, Infamous, Killzone. Those are their two strongest titles for the PlayStation 4 exclusive. Come on.
Drive Club, son.
They do also have Drive Club coming, which is supposed to be actually really good.
We have Forza. Like Xbox has Forza.
Why is it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying we don't have Forza, but I'm just saying that is a good exclusive. Like
just look at the exclusive, the Xbox One exclusive compared to those. Halo, Dead Rising, Forza.
Dead Rising's terrible.
The next one looks pretty cool, man.
Yeah, Rise.
I don't even like zombie games.
What
The
is
next one looks
Quantum
pretty cool.
Break? What's Quantum Break? Titanfall.
That's the slowdown thing.
Yeah, Quantum Break is the one made by the people who made that parkour game, right?
Oh, okay. But still, I mean, look at that. There's 6 titles compared to 2.
There isn't anything.
Yeah.
Is there an EMP?
And that's just the ones that we actually know about. Like Sunset Overdrive is a newer thing that's coming to the Xbox One that is new. Like we don't really know much about it. I plan on actually just getting GameFly just so I can play single player games as well. Just like, I don't know, it's nice. $14 a month, and you basically get to play 2 different games a month. So if games are coming out frequently,
Just Dance 2014.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It'll be nice.
I am super serial about my Just Dance games, so you gotta take that one to heart.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
When you actually throw out what's all on the PlayStation, I don't see much that makes it the more viable option for myself. That doesn't mean that there aren't games that I don't want to play, but
Can we also talk about this for a second? How a lot of people have been bringing up, oh, the PlayStation plays Call of Duty at true 1080, and it's up-resed on the Xbox One from 720 to 1080. But they don't mention the fact that there's been tons of reports about the PlayStation 4 playing Call of Duty at 1080 with dropped frames.
Yeah.
It's not playing at true 60 frames per second because every time you get into a high-action scenario online, it drops frames, which sucks. If you've ever, you know what dropped frames are like if you've ever played Borderlands 2 on the Xbox 360.
the new
When you
Tom
kill a
Clancy
boss,
game is not
drop
an Xbox
frames.
One exclusive.
Okay.
No, he said not sure.
It's not.
The
It's,
Division, right?
I'm looking at it right now. It's under multi-platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
The even that though, the PS4, like you have to change the setting to go up to 1080. It comes standard in 720.
Mm-hmm.
Which doesn't- so what's it-
Most
Most
people that
people-
complain
most
about
people
this
aren't
stuff
even
don't
gonna know
even
that.
know what the resolutions are that they're looking at. So
Nobody's gonna even know to switch it to 1080. Like it's just they're gonna play it. And they're not gonna be like, oh look, I can up-res it.
My friend might want to join.
Well, it's because the game's gonna play better at 720 anyway. Like, to me, it's just kind of like a gimmick. Like, Xbox is like, we want the game to play well, let's keep it at 720. PlayStation was like, we just want to have the number 1080, so make it say 1080, but start it off at 720.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for both the consoles. You know, you can't go wrong with whichever one you pick. But I
You
think I'm just
can.
gonna
You
prefer
can
my
go wrong.
Xbox.
You
I
can go
will
wrong.
say,
Yeah, you could've went
from
wrong.
looking at the multi-platform things, like if those are the things that you play, and those are only the things that you play, like getting either console wouldn't be a bad option. I mean, the PlayStation is cheaper.
Mhm.
You're not paying for a Kinect sensor or anything like that. If you don't want something like that, so I mean, getting the multi-platform. If you're only playing multi-platform games, it's a better option, I guess, to go with the PlayStation 4 just because of its price. But
But that's Xbox One, baby.
That's just my opinion. Yeah, so let's actually talk about the Xbox. So the Xbox One has not released, obviously, and I'm assuming IGN and Kotaku and all those places, they're going to get theirs pretty soon so they can do the review ahead of time. And we'll probably get an early first impression review from them as well. But let's go over some of their exclusives that I personally think catches more people's eyes than the PlayStation. Titanfall. Well, currently only Titanfall 1. The first Titanfall is going to be an exclusive.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about Titanfall 2 yet. I haven't even played Titanfall 1. Titanfall.
Yeah, but it's not an exclusive because they wanted it to be an exclusive.
Who?
Respawn Entertainment did not want to limit themselves to one console. EA went behind their backs.
No. At Respawn Entertainment, they thought it would be easier for the next gen to just code for one of them and not try and port it over to make the best game possible. Is what they've said.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they were disappointed when EA went behind their backs and made it an exclusive.
Where'd you see that at? Because EA
that was the original
Sony.
posting that was going on because they were saying then after that they've been saying Titanfall will be an Xbox exclusive. That's not the only game that they're working on though.
No, I'm pretty sure that the whole discussion was that EA made it seem like the game wasn't going to be only on the Xbox One, when from the get-go it was, because Respawn Entertainment didn't want to have to worry about porting it over to another console. They wanted to make the best game possible for just the Xbox One.
I'm just saying that was the posting that I saw from Respawn Entertainment, that they seemed pretty upset that it was set to be an exclusive. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Another exclusive, Forza. Personally, I think it looks better than Drive Club does. I mean,
Yes.
I don't need the whole friend factor when it comes to racing, so I don't need Drive Club, because that's what Drive Club is you're supposed to be racing with friends and with a crew and stuff like that, which is why they're coming out with the game The Crew, which is the exact same thing, except it's not Forza. I look forward to getting more Forza, so...
Forza will be good. I won't get it just because I don't really like the only kind of racing games that I like are the Need for Speed games.
I like Gran Turismo. That's another game that I'd be excited to have up.
So do I. And actually, speaking of Gran Turismo, Project, you just mentioned tuning is better in Forza, obviously. Like, you enjoy the tuning in it, then you need to play GT6, because that's going to be... Oh, that's gay. It's only being released on there. The tuning in that game is unreal. Like, if you actually know a thing or two about cars, like, it's unreal what you can do to those cars.
I used to play Gran Turismo on PS2, and I would play it for like 5 minutes and get frustrated.
Those games are really hard.
They are.
I remember, like, my favorite thing, what was the most recent? Was Gran Turismo 5, right?
Yep.
For PS3. Yeah. I would play at my friend's house, and we would do go-kart races on the Top Gear test track, and it was fucking good fun. we would take the shittiest cars possible and do, I don't know if it was like Nürburgring or something, one of the bigger tracks, and there was a huge hill on it, and you wouldn't be able to finish the race because you'd get to that hill on your first lap, and you wouldn't be able to make it up the hill. So, like, you'd have to quit. You would just race to the hill and try and make it up. You'd have to, like, push your friend up the hill and wait for him to come around.
I never wanted to wait long enough to learn the tracks and learn, like, when to brake and accelerate and all that. I would just go full speed into the first turn and slam into the wall. And
well, they made it easier in the more recent ones because it gives you the guideline showing you the proper runs and when to brake and shit, and if you're going too fast, whatever.
Yeah, that was in 3. I always just ignored that.
Dude, I remember
I've always been really good about following that.
The first one was so hard. Like, you'd have to get your licenses, and like, the first few ones are really easy. We'd get to like it was like the 3rd or the 4th license, and I just could not do it. I was so young and didn't understand. I was like, ah!
Yeah.
What? Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, I think you just had to go as fast as possible and stop within a certain zone in a certain amount of time. And, like, to be honest, I'm pretty sure it was impossible. I don't think you could actually do it.
I had all the license in GT3.
This was GTA 1. This was old school stuff. Like, dude,
no, I think it was Gran Turismo 2, A-Spec.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I love that game. I put so many hours into that, especially because like when you got further into it, you had to do the endurance races that legitimately took 24 hours.
I can't. That was the other thing. It was too realistic. It's like I don't want to sit here and race for 6 hours.
I liked it.
The 24 Le Mans.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's actually continue with some of the Xbox exclusives. So the Xbox One will have I think one of its first exclusives that is going to be free to everybody, which is Killer Instinct. Me and Billy actually were talking about this the other night when we were out, and I did actually read more into it, and I think I posted it earlier. It was the actual review that IGN did. There will actually be 6 characters that you can play as, and I don't know. I'm pretty excited for it just because of what I've read, because I never actually have played a Killer Instinct game, so I don't know really what to expect. But I mean, I've played Mortal Kombat, I've played all that kind of stuff, so it's all the same stuff.
Finish him.
I like the SNES Killer Instinct, and I really like the N64 one. So this one will be like a nostalgia thing for me, but I don't think it's going to be too good of a game.
It seems like it'll be pretty good, because I think that the biggest thing is being able to do combos and then break those combos, and
Combo breaker.
that's the big thing. Yeah, it's funny. I never played Killer Instinct, but yet I used to say that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys want to talk about any of the exclusives?
Like I said, I already covered like the good ones that I'm excited about. The Halo and
Titanfall.
To be honest, Rise looks pretty cool, but I probably won't play it.
Yeah, Rise is something that I would get off of GameFly.
Yeah, Rise is the kind of game I would have rented if Blockbuster was still around.
Yeah.
Although I still have a video rental place near me. I wonder if they rent out video games.
Redbox rents out video games.
I mean, like, I don't trust that stupid red box. I want to go to the store.
I'm
Did
just
you
saying.
see? I've seen so many video games getting stolen out of the red boxes, and they just put like the white piece of paper in the case with it. Like they make a copy of the top of the game and put it in the case and put it back in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Surely they can go back in and tell who rented that thing. Right? Who knows?
Yeah.
I wonder if you can you use like one of those prepaid like cards, like if you got like a prepaid debit card, like as a gift card thing. Just
Probably.
get one of those with like a buck on it, and just slide it in there, buy a game, and it tries to charge the rest and
I'm
can't.
sure Adam was pretty poppin'.
I don't know. I'd be alright. I'd be down to try it though. I don't know. To be honest, as far as like launch titles go, not excited for really any of them. But I'll make do. I really just I just want a new console. The reason I need one is because my Xbox is kind of a piece of shit and doesn't like to read my games.
Yeah, mine's getting pretty bad too. But I'm really excited to play Battlefield 4 on next gen.
Yeah, that's one game I'm thinking about getting. I don't know. I'm going to probably be able to afford one title, and I don't know what I should get. I should get Battlefield 4. Is Forza a launch title? Is that coming out on launch day?
It is launch.
Yeah.
So Battlefield 4 or Forza basically are my options.
Technically, you can actually go to GameStop or wherever you pre-ordered your 360 version of Ghost, and you can actually go get it right now. Same with Battlefield, I think.
Yeah.
And
you can
I
do
think
that.
NBA. I think that was the
See?
other one.
See, Fallstream knows.
Yeah, you can actually get them right now.
Look,
What up?
so it's happened to him 3 times and gotten paper discs.
That's funny.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry. I
Three
don't mean
different
to laugh
times.
at
That's
you.
not just like once. That's 3 times.
Yeah,
it's
see,
probably the same
that's
person
why-
too.
That's why I would rather just do GameFly, because you have to send it to them, and I am mean, because you have to send it in, and they actually like package it up and send it to you.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna get something that all from.
Oh
It wasn't
my
even the
God.
same one.
What are the odds?
So that one guy went to all the kiosks and he was like, getting this game. And you just got all of his shitty fucking returns. That's what I'm going to get one of those prepaid cards. I'm going to try it, right? Put $20 on there, try and go get 20 games for $20 and see how that goes.
No, you know what's awesome is I know some of the codes that you can get free movies.
Really?
Yeah, like
How do you do that?
like codes that you can just like frequently use. I think one of them's like DVD on me. One of them's movie night. It's like things like that. You just type it in and it gives you the movie. Like you don't have to put in your credit card.
And that works on
Swag.
all of them.
Schweg.
Yeah.
Schweg.
Yeah, I went to the store and I went to go rent a movie and I was just like, man, let's give this a shot. I think it was DVD on me, and typed it in and bam.
So you could get like all the movies that way if you wanted to. You could like drain the red box of all of its movies just by typing that in a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Does it work with games?
Back there, Adam.
Because
I
fucking the
don't know
$20 prepaid card, I'll just type that in.
Well, you got to think
Video
those
game
are
on me.
probably promos to only take $1 off because that's how much the games cost, or that's how much the movies cost.
Oh,
So.
Coops. That's so funny. 1111111. Dang it. 1111112. Dang it. 1111113. Dang it.
Can you see anyone?
Except it's letters, it's not numbers. Actually, it's a combination, I think.
104.
Dang it.
Yeah, to be honest, with Fall Stream, I have never once rented anything on a red box. Not a single time. Every time I go there, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll rent a game. I look and all the good ones are gone. I'm like, nope, not renting any games, and then I leave. That's all I do.
You can always just check. Like I have the Redbox app, so I can like check locations.
Can we talk about Call of Duty Ghosts real quick, just for a few minutes before we end the show?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Whenever the game came out, the very first day when I got the game.
Actually, no, I don't think we've talked about Ghosts at all because we haven't done it. We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
We're all gone.
When the game first came out that morning, when I got it, I said before I even picked up the game that morning, I was like, this year, if I see one negative thing, a video, a tweet, whatever it is, I'm done. I'm out. I'm unfollowing you. You're getting benched, muted, defriended, blocked.
How many friends have you burned bridges with?
I've unfollowed over 10 people since release day two weeks ago.
Do I know some of them?
Is Space one of them?
No, Space loves the game. Him and I get along. He only plays whenever I play. I only play whenever other people are playing. It's a good time.
I only play when other people are playing because I can't play with
You
myself.
can't. You just don't play. You don't play the game. Solo. That's just it. But that being said, I said I'm unfollowing all these people that have negativity. I am still doing it. I'm still unfollowing people. But the rumor is going around that this Call of Duty is the worst Call of Duty ever. Thoughts?
I agree.
I disagree.
I strongly dislike. Oh no, Modern Warfare 2 was the worst one ever. Only because it didn't have support. In hindsight, it was a good game, but if it had support, it would have stayed good. This one though, you just die too fast. I don't know what it is about the game. Like I just don't like the feel of the game.
That's it. That's your.
I enjoy
you
it.
just don't like. You just
I
don't
mean,
like the feel
I
of it.
really
Yeah.
do enjoy the. It's more of an arcade style. I don't know. It's more like anyone can pick up and play and just enjoy themselves. It's not
Yeah,
becoming
COD
like
3.
you need to have skill to be the best. You can still win gunfights even if you're shit.
But yes, you can, and that's a big thing. Like I just started releasing my class setup videos today, and we'll continue until I have all the primary weapons done. But the whole thing with that is that it's a game where anyone can play and do all right, but you have to know the maps, know the guns, know the play style, and understand the game to do really well. To dominate in the game, you have to understand the game.
Yeah, and I honestly think that that's the reason why a lot of people are getting mad, is because they're. And I'm not gonna sit here and like call people out or anything like that. And I don't want to make anyone feel bad that's in the chat, but some people just aren't as good at the game as they actually think they are.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are, then why are they complaining?
And that's kind of like where I stand. Like everyone that I've seen say that it's the worst game, the worst Call of Duty ever, they're bad at the game, and they can't figure out how to do well. There are games that I'll play and I'll do bad, and I won't play well. And I don't. Whenever I'm playing it, I'm not playing well. I'm not saying, "Wow, this game is the worst game ever." I might be frustrated with spawns. I might think that I'm dying too quickly. I might do
Spawns
this.
are a
But
little jacked up. I think that they're over influenced. It's too
Yeah.
easy to influence the spawns.
ultimately, though, the game itself is nowhere near the worst Call of Duty. It has great hit detection. The weapons overall are pretty balanced. You mean for the ones that melt to the ones that aren't that powerful, you still kill really fast. The time to kill is really low on mostly everything. Everything's fairly, set up correctly. There's tons of perks to choose from. The kill streaks aren't overpowered. They don't run the game. Yeah, the maps are too big, for 6v6, but we have next gen coming up, and ground war possibility in Ghosts on the new consoles. I just don't see how people can say this is the worst game because I'm bad at it. Like, whenever I played Mario, whenever I was little, and I tried to beat Super Mario and couldn't get past level 8 after warp, I didn't say this is the worst game that I've ever played. How could Nintendo put this out? Like, it was hard. It was hard to play whenever you were a little kid, unless you just played it all day. When I didn't. But now it's so easy for us to just pass off a game that we're bad at or don't understand as just trash.
Well, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying that the game is a terrible game. I'm saying that I don't think it's as good as the previous Call of Duty games. Like, when Black Ops 2, and granted Black Ops 2 had some terrible lag issues. Like, apart from that, the game was good. Apart from the lag issues, they brought in some new game, like specifically Hardpoint. Hardpoint was a great game type, and it was so much different from everything else in Call of Duty that it was fun to play for a long time. They brought in League Play, which made you think more strategically and work as a team, and it was just different from PUBG, and that was fun. In this game, they tried to do that. They tried to bring in Search and Rescue, which is, they're like, let's just mash two game types together. Fuck it. And they did that. And they brought in Blitz, which is fun in its own right, but it's not different enough from Capture the Flag to make it a new game mode, realistically. Like, they didn't bring anything that was game changing. Like, the game for me feels so much slower than Black Ops 2 did because you die so fast that you have to be so cautious of where you're stepping at each given moment. Like, you can't walk through a doorway without checking outside first, because if you get shot with one bullet, you die. It's ridiculous. Like, I liked the fact that you could rush in Black Ops 2, and if you got into a sticky situation, you had time to, like, get away and heal up and go back into that gunfight. Instead of, like, oh, I didn't look to my left, so I'm just dead immediately. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. And for me, like, and everybody says the hit detection in the game is so great, and I'm not sure if it's, like, a host disadvantage or whatever they do in these CODs now, because host disadvantage has been in the previous CODs for sure, in public matches, not so much in private matches. But sometimes I feel like my hit detection is god-awful. Like, I'll put 7 bullets on target and I won't get a single hit marker. And, like, the fact that you think, like, oh, well, then you just clearly were missing. I can just, spray at somebody randomly, and 1 bullet's guaranteed to hit. If it's, like, anywhere near them, it's just... For me, the game just, it doesn't feel as good as the previous CODs did. Like, it's probably better than Modern Warfare 3 was. That was a bad game, but at least they brought in face-off mode, which was a big enough change from normal public matches that it was a good time. Like, I thought Black Ops 1 was a great game. Granted, it had some pretty big maps too. But this game, for me, it just feels slow, and you die too fast. Like, it's just weird.
See, I think that being punished for not playing strategically or not thinking ahead is a positive thing and not a negative thing. Like you said, like when you walk around a corner and you didn't look in the other direction and you get shot and you die immediately. In any other Call of Duty, you could get that first shot in that person that's not paying attention and he could turn on you and kill you. In this, it doesn't happen. Obviously there is exceptions, and I turn on people all the time, but if you have 2 legitimate skilled players and the other player gets first shot on you or gets sight on you and gets that shot down range, you die. You don't have that opportunity to counter your mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas Black Ops 2, you could just rush around the map as fast as you possibly wanted. Somebody could come up around behind you and you could just turn on like that and kill him. Depending on what gun you had, depending on your connection, depending on where he was shooting you, like, it's way, I just feel like this it plays easier for bad people, but it also plays a lot better for good people.
I disagree. I feel like you got to think, games where you die slower take more gun skill. Like, think about in Halo. If you don't have any thumbs playing Halo, you will never win a gunfight against someone who gets all their headshots. You know what I mean? Like, this game has less to do with gun skill than anything else, because you just need to get near them and hit them with 2 bullets and they die.
Because it's not about spraying. You can't spray really in this game. You can't. I mean, because
Mm.
I mean, and obviously it depends on the gun, depends on the range and everything like that. But Halo, we're not talking about a time to kill of under a second and then jumping up to 6 seconds. Whereas Halo, like, it's a gun fight. Halo is about gun fighting, whereas this is about a second interaction and split second. And it's not spraying. Like I said, I almost said spraying, and I would have proved you right. But no, it's just that split second gunfight.
In Black Ops 2, it's not just, I need to get my first 2 shots on target and win this gunfight. It's like, it takes a little longer to die, so you have to be concerned about your strafe and getting your shots on target while you're strafing, while making them miss hitting you. In this game, it doesn't matter. Like, if you see each other at the same time, it comes down to who has a better connection because it's like that. Like, it's ridiculous.
See, I don't feel like that.
I come around corners in this game and I die and I don't even see them or hear them fire a bullet. I look at them and I die.
Well, maybe you're.
It's so bad that the MSBS, a 3-round burst gun, in kill cams only shows it shooting 2 bullets. Like, the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't have that on my end. I don't know if that's your internet or what that is, but if I'm playing correctly and I make the appropriate move around a corner, ADSing or whatever, and I pull my gun up quicker and I have the perk, ready up or whatever, and I get first shot in that person, he's dead. Whether he can react or not, it doesn't matter.
And don't get me wrong, I'm still better than average at this game. I have about the same KD as every other Call of Duty. I just think that the Black Ops 2, when it was playing well, played better than this game plays well. But Black Ops 2, when it wasn't playing well, when it was playing shit, was way worse than this game. Like, Black Ops 2 on a good connection was a great game. And no one can deny that game, when you had a good connection, was a really good fucking time. And felt really balanced. And, this game, I guess, it's so hard to not be balanced when everything kills in 2 bullets. Like,
right. Well, that's kind of what I was saying.
I don't know.
And I wasn't trying to say that anyone that doesn't like it is bad at the game. That's not what I was saying. It just seems like the majority of people that complain about it over and over and over again and say it's the worst COD. I can't believe they did this and made it this way. Those people are the people that are always leaving the games and have a negative KD that just don't want to put in the effort to learn the maps, and seems to be the majority.
Also, the game felt a lot better before I tried getting this ghillie suit from the Sniper Challenge. So, there's that, too. Like, when I was using the MSBS before I got a gold, the game felt great because I one-versed everybody.
Dude, I've been using that with you should watch I did a class setup for that gun. That was the first one I did today. And one class is with it fully auto. And I just use that in free-for-all, and I don't lose. I can't lose in free-for-all with that gun.
That gun full auto fucking rips, dude. Because it gets the one main problem with that gun is that if the first burst doesn't kill, it takes so long to get the second burst off that you die half the time.
Right.
Put full auto on, the first 3 bullets hit, they don't die, the 4th one kills them. Like,
yeah.
You're just set.
The damage multiplier on that gun is ridiculous.
I showed that to everyone so I could get some subs, okay?
But even that though, it has vertical recoil, so the headshots are through the roof with that gun. Like, you just aim center mass and it's like right up to the body into their head.
Because I was like, I gotta do a full auto challenge. I'll put it on. Everyone's like, the gun's gonna suck when you put that on. I was like, I don't know, man. It doesn't. I don't think it drops damage at all when you put that on in this game. Like, they didn't learn from Black Ops 2 in that case.
No,
So
I mean the recoil goes
ridiculous.
way up. The recoil goes way up with the fully auto, which makes it hard. You can't shoot across like long range unless you burst it.
Oh yeah.
But anything medium to close range, the guy's dead instantly. There's no, and it's a headshot a lot of the times.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll consider playing the game tonight, but.
Built-in silencers. That was another thing I did. I did the Honey Badger setup video today for that same reason. I wanted to get that one out quick. The built-in silencer in that gun, I think, is fantastic. Because the gun doesn't have a really high damage rate. The silencer gives you a reason to use it, and you don't have to add it as an attachment. It's built into the gun itself. You can not have to waste a point on the attachment. Keeps you off the radar, whether you want to run a stealth class setup or you want to run a basic one. I think it's a fantastic gun. It's probably one of my favorites.
I'm glad they did it too, because if they'd put the Honey Badger in the game and it wasn't silenced, I'd have been pissed. You can't just change guns.
Well, that's not the only weapon that actually has a silencer built in.
There's a sniper one that does. What's the sniper? The K something. Space. We're gonna hit the 7-Eleven. That's just to answer your question.
Personally, I don't like the built-on feature. I wish that I could still take it off. But
Too
that's
bad.
what?
So too bad. When you use a honey badger, you get a silencer.
Because I mean that's
Recast.
like personally, like I understand like silencer keeps you off the radar, but it also isn't as strong. I feel like that
That's
weapon
right.
without a silencer would be OP as fuck.
Which is
Well,
why
the question
I
is,
like the fact that it's on there.
But
So-
the thing is, the gun's default. Like, would you? It's not an attachment, so it doesn't lower your damage. If you took, would you take the silencer off if it kept the same damage? Because with the silencer, damage-wise, it's still pretty much on par with every other gun in the game. 2 or 3 bullets kill.
Yeah, take that silencer off and it's going to increase damage. I mean,
No,
a silencer
take the
is going
silencer off, and it stays the same damage. Would you take
taking
the
the
silencer
silencer off would increase the damage. That's what I'm saying.
No,
It doesn't
no,
matter.
wait.
It doesn't matter if it's a hypothetical. Taking the silencer off isn't going to do anything. Taking the silencer off would increase its damage.
No, it wouldn't, because in the game, it has the silencer. That's its default damage. It doesn't show the bar with a little red mark on it saying that it does less damage. It would stay the same.
But
No.
even that brings up another good point though,
I'm
because
saying if you took off a
silencers
silencer
don't reduce
off-
damage in that game.
What?
What?
Silencers don't reduce damage in Ghosts.
Yeah, they do.
If you put a silencer on the USR, the sniper rifle that I put that was my 3rd class setup today. It does not reduce the damage.
What's a sniper, dude?
It reduces range. Did the same thing in Black Ops 2. It reduced range, not damage.
It does not reduce damage.
But technically, reducing range reduces damage.
Yeah, because you're reducing.
But not up
it has a
close.
greater fall off then.
But up close, it doesn't reduce any.
Yeah, it'll still be the same damage, but it's a reduced range for the fall
But that's
off.
not damage though, so it doesn't matter.
You
Like
can't-
if you if you're
wouldn't
putting
be
a
able
bullet
to-
into
if
somebody
you had,
from
if you had it on and you didn't have it on, you could hit somebody from further away and get a one shot kill than you could with the silencer.
Yeah.
But either way though, I mean, unless you're legitimately sniping from one side of the map to the other, where that range fall off is,
Stonehaven.
Stonehaven.
That's a sniper's paradise. That's all people do.
And that's one of the only maps that you can really get that long of a line of sight where that's going to come into play.
Still,
I'm just saying the way that they set up the game.
actually, there's a few
silencer
maps.
doesn't-
There's a few maps that it'll be noticeable.
No, I'm all down for the integrated silencer on the honey badger, 100%, because I can have essentially 3 attachments on that gun, and it costs me 3 less perk slots.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we did have one more question real quick, and then we're gonna wrap up the show. What do you guys feel about, or what would you guys like to see with DLC?
Good maps that don't suck balls, maps that have some decent flow.
Something that's
Not-
plausible.
I want to see Face Off.
Well, I mean, what it's
honestly,
pretty much
face
been
off.
confirmed that they're bringing back Dome and Scrapyard, or whatever the map was, right?
Why?
I don't
You know what's funny
because
about them bringing
the-
back
in the
Dome is that
leaked
they already
playlist,
have
that's what's
Dome.
in it.
They have a reskinned Dome, right,
They wanna
in
bring
Strike
back.
Zone, and so then we're going to bring back Dome, which is going to get a reskin again.
No, Infinity Ward doesn't reskin their maps and they bring them back.
It'll be newer graphics reskin, so I mean
Yeah,
it'll look nicer,
exactly.
but we already have Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. There was apparently there was a leaked playlist. There's a leaked playlist on PC. Like they did the update and people would go
Yeah.
in and it showed the developer playlist, and in the map selection it showed the code names for Dome and Scrapyard from Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2.
I just want to see Face Off mode, man. I want to see Face Off, and I want to see Weapon DLC this time around.
I definitely want to see Face Off. I'm pissed it's not in the game.
I agree.
Weapon DLC and Face Off mode would be fantastic.
Oh my god.
Not too much weapon DLC personally. Like it would be nice if we got like a gun for every
Yeah,
DLC
every
package.
single DLC package with the maps and whatever. I think that they should introduce a game mode, a gun, and 2 maps or 3 maps or whatever, like in every single one. Whether
Yes,
they bring
and
back
T-Coops-
Hardpoint.
T-Coops, that is correct. If Face Off comes back, 2v Tuesdays will be back.
Mm-hmm. Me and
Hardpoint.
Stark will be doing it.
CTF,
Wow.
freaking War. Like there are so many game modes that they can bring back.
Yep.
Old school,
Old school mode.
dude.
Yes.
Dude.
I agree. Dude, we played some COD 4 the other day, and we played old school mode, and I haven't had that much fun playing Call of
Yo.
Duty in 2 years.
Seriously though, like 1v1s or the 1v1v1s on freaking on shipment
In old school mode.
In
Headshots
COD
only.
4, there is nothing better in Call of Duty. Like there really is not.
Guys, I'm
Yeah, I like the old simple Call of Duty.
I'm 17 right now.
3v Thursdays with Billy, Foreign, and Stark. Yeah, I guess we could move the show to Thursday and just rename it then.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's not like this gets posted on my channel, anyways.
My
What?
face-off days in Modern Warfare 3 was like where I ripped Moabs all day. Like 2v2s and 3v3. It's just I like hardly ever would get them in kill confirmed and dom, but go into face-off and it was just no problem.
Well, it's because the game still went to the same point system, but for 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just rack up kills. Alright, anyways, that's all we have time for. I hope that you guys enjoyed this week's episode of the Squadcast. I gotta figure out something with this layout for next week.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Hugs not drugs. Hugs not
I don't
drugs.
like what's going on with it. I might actually get rid of the Twitter thing. I don't know yet. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Be sure to go check out their channels. Geraldus, the hashtag, or /Geraldus, /Mr. Tony Stark 717.
Boom.
And
1116.
as
Dang
always,
it.
hope you guys have a good night.
/ November. Don't forget that.
Yeah, thanks the new people that came. That Fall Stream, Just Marco. Haven't seen them in the chat before, so that's cool. Thanks for
Space?
stopping by. Well, Space is always here. He's a
No,
lurker.
Space ain't always here because he never.
Yeah, he's
talks.
a lurker. He's here.
He's a lurker.
Yeah, that's yeah.
111111118.
Dang it.
111111119.
He's still going. He's like, ah.
Could you imagine if he did that during the entire show? I wonder what number he was
T-Coops,
saying by now.
T-Coops, I
Project's
should
always
really
here,
let
too.
you know that the code is only 4 digits long.
111. Dang it. 111. Dang it. 111. Dang it.
He just keeps doing ones. He's like, fuck, I keep messing up. I know I already did that one. Alright. Anyways, I'll see you guys
Bye.
later, and have a good night. Peace.
Next time we talk to you, I'll have an Xbox One.
Yes! I'll have 2!
I won't.